Okay guys, welcome to SIP-COMSYS. Okay, all right, today I'm going to show you how to install DNS, okay, on server 2022, and then I'm going to transfer the same DNS to another server, right? This type of DNS is more like a manual updating your DNS. Okay, so let's get digging. Okay, so as you can see, I have my server 1 here and then server 2 here. So I'm going to assign an IP address to my servers, and then I'm going to do just that. Okay, so I'm going to local server, and then I'm going to click on Ethernet 0, that's IPv4. Right click, you go for properties, then you can uncheck this because I'm only going to use IPv4 address. So click on properties, use the following IP. So 192.168.4.250. all right, so this is my first DNS server, so I'm going to repeat the same IP over here, right? 250. So I'm done assigning IP. If I should refresh, okay, so I should see it here. All right, so the next thing is for me to install the DNS row on this server. So I'll go to dashboard, add rows and features. So I'm going for next, and then you can see I have DNS server, so I'm going to select that and then add the features. Next. I'll take this button. If it requires the server to restart, you should restart. So install. Okay, so whilst this installation is happening, okay, so the installation is done, so I'll close this. You can see DNS is installed. So if you want to check, you can go to tools and then you come to DNS. So I can close this server manager. Let me expand this. Now when you click on the server, you can see here I have some folders there. You can see I have some forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zone, trust point, and conditional. Now if you check the forward lookup zone, there is no record in each of these database. Now what we need to create here is the forward lookup zone, right? So you right click, you go for new zone, and then next. Now this is the very first DNS server I've installed, and I'm going to configure that. So you can see this is the primary zone. If I already have one, then I can go in for secondary. So let me go in for next. Now what namespace do I like to give to my DNS? So it could be google.com, microsoft.com, whatever.com you want, or net or org that you want, you can do that. So this I'm going to name it SIP-COMSYS.com, right? So I'm going for next. Now this is going to create a new file. If I already have an existing file, then I can go in for that. This is going to create a new file. So next. Now you can see here that we have this one is graded out. Okay, allow only secure dynamic update. This is when you have Active Directory installed with it, then you can have that. We'll look at that later. Then now let's look at this. We have what? Do not allow dynamic update. That means no update is going to happen dynamically. So if you come here, allow both non-secure and then secure dynamic update. That means this is going to allow dynamic update, but it is not secure. That is one thing about this. So if you have a DNS installed without the Active Directory installed together, then you can please always go for this, right? So we can change it later on. We'll see how to change that. So let me just go in for this and then let's see next, and then finish. Now since I'm done with this, I need to add my server in here. So I'll right click. Now you can see here I have a new host name, A, and what? A. Now A is for IPv4 and A, the A is for IPv6 if I want. So alias is more like the original name can be there, and then you can have what? A nickname. So alias is purposely for that. And then we can have email. That is if you have an email on your network or Exchange server, so you can add that in your record. So this, I'm just going to add my own server. So what is my server's name? I need to provide that. So RSV 22-01. So that's the name of my server, and my server is IP 192.168.4.250, right? So if I would like to create what you call the reverse lookup zone, then I can select this together. So let's try that. We'll have an error anyway. So add host. So you can see warning, the associated pointed right record cannot be what created, because I've not created any record for it, so I will not be able to do that. So I'm going for OK and then done. But if I want that for the next server, then I can do that. So let me create that. Right click and then go for it. New zone as well. Next. This is the primary. Next. So you can see reverse lookup zone IPv4, IPv6 is here. Next. Then I need to input what? The IP address 192.168.4. so this is my subnet. Now watch down here, you can see it's actually giving the IP address in a reverse manner. So I'm going for next. So next, and I'll select this as well, and then next, and then done. So if we should check right now, I have a record for that. So for this server, I need to add it manually. So let's say right click, new pointer. So host name, that's SRV 22-01. So I can go in for OK. Oh, sorry, I need to add the IP, which is 250, right? So you can see the reverse, the IP address is in reverse manner. So add that. So you can see now I have my IP address mapped towards the name. In the forward lookup, so we have the name mapped towards the IP address. So this is how you can create this record, right? Okay, now let's see. Now I have my second server here, which I would like to add up. Okay, I would like to make sure I transfer these same records to the second server, right? So this one as well, I need to give it an IP. Okay, so start server manager. Okay, so I need to assign IP here. I'll click here, right click, and then go for properties, just like I did for the server one. Okay, maybe 2.2.168.4.251. Now DNS, the preferred DNS will be my primary DNS, which I have here. Okay, so I'm going to enter that IP. So 192.168.4.250. so I'm going for OK and then close. So as you can see, I'm done giving IP, right? So the next thing I have to do here, I have to install my role here. So dashboard, add roles and features. So next, and then I'll select DNS server, right? Next. Now select this button if the server requires to restart, and then install. Okay, so installation done. So we can close this, and then we'll go to tools and then DNS. All right, so as you can see here as well, I don't have any record in here, right? So all what we'll do is we'll create a forward lookup zone and then a reverse lookup zone, and then we'll see how to transfer information of this database to the other side, right? So when you right click, you go to new zone. Next, now you're going for secondary zone. Okay, next, so what is the namespace? So that is SIP-COMSYS.com. so next, so now you see here it requires the masters, what the DNS masters IP, that is my server one, right? So I need to provide that IP here. So that'll be 192.168.4.250, right? Okay, so it's able to see the server and it's showing okay. So I'll go in for next and then finish. So since we are able to have that, but yet still the record is not there, so we can right click this as well, and then we'll create what the reverse lookup zone. This is my secondary, and then next, yes, IPv4 next, and then the IP, okay, 192.168.4. right? So I'm going for next. You see the master as well, so the IP address have to come in 192.168.4.250 as well. Click here and then it's registered. Okay, so if you see this one as well, you don't have access to. Now what we have to do here is when we go to the master, right click and then go for properties. Let's see, zone transfer. So you can see zone transfer here. So now only two servers listed on the name server tab. So or only choose the following servers. Any of them will do, but not what any server. Please don't select this. In a secure way, only listed to what those here, right? Or the following server too, you can do that, right? But don't going forward any server, right? This will do, this will do, okay? Any of these will do, right? Okay, all right. So let maintain this, modify, okay? Server listed, I need to bring what? The IP. So 2.168.4.251. So that's the server. So it's actually looking for the server to be listed. Contact it, you just go for OK. Oh, it's still not here, so let me go in for that. Okay, let's see. So it's still not showing. All right, so let's hold on and then let's see. Let me do that for this as well. Transfer. Okay, so I can just go in for modify and then the following server 192.168 dot, sorry, dot 4.251. So we wait for this. Okay, so let's just leave that. So now let's go to the second server. So right click if you want it to transfer from a particular one. Let's say copy from master. So let's say let's refresh this and see if it's going to copy from the master. Likewise, let's see. Still this is not happening. Okay, let me cross check once more from here. Okay, properties, transfer. So this time I'll let me go for the following. Let me go in for edit and then let me see if this is going to work. 2.4.251. Okay. Okay, so it's in there. Let me check. Zone transfer, the following, edit. 2.168.4.251. So it's still not there. Okay, let me see here. Still okay. Let's transfer from master. Transfer from master. Let me just execute this. Wow, no transfer. Okay, let's try copy. All right, so this time around is working. Let's try copy. Okay, so you can see the information we have at server 1 is also in server 2. Okay, so let's try an update of this. So let's add the second server here, right? So we'll do that. So I'm going to add the second server, which is SRV22-02. So the IP address of this very server 4.250. Oh, sorry, 251. So you can see create what? the associated pointer. This time around I have created my reverse lookup zone, so add. You can see this time around I didn't receive any error. Okay, and then done. So if I should click here, I should be able to have that. You can see I have. So let's check if the same record is here, right? Let's just refresh this very zone. So you can see the same record is here when you refresh, right? So this is how you can manually be updating your DNS record, right? But mind you, in this state your DNS, there's a warning here, right? Allowing non-secure and dynamic update is a significant security vulnerability, because update can be accepted from untrusted source. So this is one thing if you install your DNS without Active Directory, right? So I'll be a server, right? All right, so what I'll do next is I'm going to show you how you can do a transfer in a domain environment, which is more secure than this one, which is not in a domain environment. If you don't know how to install Active Directory with DNS, I have it in my previous video, which will help you a lot, right? Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the page, share it. Okay, see you guys on the next video.